Hi, I'm Mr. eTutor, your mystery tutor here at mysterytutor.com, and welcome to video module 3-7. In this module, we'll be discussing the structure that I recommend you use when writing the SAT essay. Now, I want to be very clear here about something from the very beginning. The structure that I'm going to give you is only my recommendation. I am not saying that this is the only way you can possibly score a 12 on the SAT essay. I'm just saying that in my opinion, it's the fastest, easiest, and simplest way. There's all kinds of ways to do it. So don't get me wrong, and please don't think that I'm trying to say my way is the only way that can possibly work. It's only one way out of many that can possibly work, but I do believe it's the fastest, simplest one to learn. For the SAT essay, I recommend a modification of the standard 5-paragraph essay format. In the standard 5-paragraph essay format, as you're probably aware, the first paragraph is an introductory paragraph. The 3 middle paragraphs are all examples, and the 5th paragraph is a conclusion that restates the introduction and wraps things up nicely. There are several benefits to using a modified 5-paragraph essay structure. For one thing, as we've already discussed, most of the people who grade the SAT essays are English teachers, and English teachers are extremely familiar with the 5-paragraph essay. They'll recognize it right away. So when they do their 1-minute skim of your essay, they'll see things they expect to see. That can only help you. But you don't want to write the classic 5-paragraph essay structure. In the classic 5-paragraph essay, the thesis is found in the last sentence of the first paragraph. This is fine for a regular essay, which is going to be read by a human being and paid attention to. But your SAT essay will be skimmed quickly, as we've said repeatedly. For this reason, I recommend that you make your thesis the very first sentence in your first paragraph. This has all kinds of benefits. First of all, since the sentence comes first in your entire essay, it's almost certainly going to get the attention of your grader. If you hide the sentence somewhere in the middle of your essay, your grader may or may not see it. A second benefit is that having your thesis statement be the first sentence of your essay sets the tone for the entire essay and lays out very clearly for the grader what the rest of your essay will be about. As we'll see in future video modules, one of the major determining factors in the score of your essay is how coherent it seems to the grader when the grader reads it in less than 1 minute. By placing the thesis sentence right up front in the essay, you're making it extremely obvious what you're trying to prove. A final benefit is that the thesis statement will probably be a direct answer to the question asked in the prompt. If you make your thesis statement the first sentence that you write, you can write it down right away as soon as you read the question and not have to plan out everything else you're going to say. So that's why I recommend your thesis statement be the first sentence that you write. After that initial thesis statement, I would write one simple sentence, sort of filling in a body for the introductory paragraph. The final and third sentence of your introductory paragraph will be a general introduction to the examples that are going to follow. Now I know, if you went into English class and wrote a 3-sentence introductory paragraph, you probably wouldn't do too well on your essay score. But remember, the SAT essay is completely different in almost every respect from an essay that you would write in high school. Pretty much the only similarity is they're both in English and they both use sentences. After your first introductory paragraph, I recommend that you come up with one simple example to use in your first body paragraph. This example could be anything. It doesn't have to come from history or literature or science or the news or anything else. It could be something that happened to you yesterday. It could be something that you lie and say happened to you yesterday. Nobody will know the difference. I recommend that you don't try to think about this first example until you're almost finished writing the very first introductory paragraph. As you're closing in on the end of your introductory paragraph, that's the best time to brainstorm an example to use in your first body paragraph. Similarly, when you're approaching the end of your first body paragraph, that's the best time to think of the example to use in your second body paragraph, and so on. When you've reached the end of your third body paragraph, hopefully you're about 1 3/4 of a page through your answer space. At this point, you just want to write a 2 to 3 sentence concluding paragraph that wraps everything up and restates the thesis from the original paragraph. That's basically it. There's nothing fancy there, there's nothing intelligent. Frankly, it's not a very good way to write in any situation except for the SAT essay. I know I've said it before, in fact twice in this module, and I'm saying it again now, and I will say it again in the future. You have to remember, if you approach this the way that you approach a high school essay, you will not do well. You must approach this in a stripped down, mechanical, and stupid way, because it will be graded in a stripped down, mechanical, and stupid way. Thanks very much for watching. Keep watching the rest of the essay modules, and remember, it's easier than you think.